Hey guys, so today we are going to be making a pineapple upside down cake. And you know me, I like to take shortcuts for everything. So if you like a shortcut and a good pineapple upside down cake, this is for you. So what you're going to do is I take one stick of butter and I melt it down, and then a half of a cup of brown sugar while the butter is still hot. In that bowl, mix the brown sugar up, and then I'm going to take my cake pan and I'm going to just dump all that in there. It's not going to be perfect. It's okay. Whatever. I watch these videos and I'm like, oh my God, they didn't cover the entire pan. No, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it as good as you can. Okay. This is probably the easiest, semi-homemade, tastiest pineapple upside down cake you will ever make. So I'm kind of out of screen here, but here it is. Mix it around in the pan so that it kind of covers the entire bottom. Now you're going to need some maraschino cherries or not. I mean, they're typical for this cake, but you don't really need them. Um, and a can of pineapple, a boxed cake mix. I use yellow. You can use white. I think yellow is better. And follow the directions pretty much on the back of the cake mix. So let's get started here. So I don't know why I did this. Okay, wait, hold on. You are not going to dump out. I have a half a cup of water in this here, and you are not going to dump out that pineapple juice. You are going to put it into, reserve it on the side somewhere. Do not dump it out before I get ahead of myself. Okay. So usually I'll put down the pineapple, cover the bottom in the pineapple circles. I don't know why I decided to put the cherries down first, but whatever. So I'm going to cover the bottom in the pineapple circles, put a little cherry in each little middle there. And if I had taken more cherries out, I would have added some more, but I didn't. I buy like a huge container of cherries because we love this here and it's something really nice to send to my neighbor. I like to send stuff to my neighbor. Anyway, she's so sweet to me. So yeah, so we're going to cover this up, the bottom, and save the last of that juice. All right. So guys, let me know in the comments, what is your favorite dessert? This actually is not my favorite dessert. If I had to pick something, it would probably be, I don't know, brownies maybe? I'm not really sure, but I'm really into chocolate. And I don't get rid of that cherry juice either. I poured that right in there. So remember, you're going to use only a half of a cup of the water. I believe the cake calls for a full cup. Whatever the cake calls for, because every cake is different, you're going to use half of the liquid in the cake because you're going to use the liquid from the pineapple, and it's going to be a little bit more liquid than the cake calls for, but you want it to be a little bit more dense, so it's okay. So now my cake called for 2 eggs, so that's what I added, but whatever your cake calls for, just add that. So I'm going to add the liquid that I reserved and the oil, the regular amount of oil that the cake calls for. So whatever your box, again, whatever the box cake that you, or your recipe, if you have a recipe, your own recipe, that's fine too. You can use your own recipe for it. And then just add the pineapple juice to it. But why would you be watching this video if you had your own recipe? Whatever. Yeah, talk too much. So here we are. We're adding the oil that the cake calls for. And then we're just going to mix it up and pretty much just throw it in on top of that, on top of the cherries and the pineapple. So just mix this baby up. Get it well incorporated. And yeah. Now, when you go to put this in the oven, this is going to really depend on your oven because I have made this cake at my house, at my best friend's house, when we were on vacation in a vacation house. And honestly, all three of them were different. So here's going to be my advice to you. You're going to put this on 350. Oh, don't let any of that goodness go to waste. So we're just going to spatula this in there and cover that all up. So you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And this is going to take a little bit longer, a lot longer than the actual cake mix says because you put extra liquid into this. It's going to take longer to help that dry up. So we're just going to pop that into the oven and then we're going to take it out when it looks golden brown. You're going to want to check this. It takes maybe between 30 and 45 minutes for this to be complete. Now you're not going to want to let it cool off too much, a little bit just to handle it, but not too much to flip it because then it'll have a hard time coming out. Oop, and I almost had a disaster. Thank God it didn't fall out until until I got it onto the pan, the tray. So you're going to want to flip that over really carefully onto a tray or something and then remove that. But like I said, do not wait until it is cool because then it will not come out. It'll stick to the bottom of the pan. Here I am having a little bit of an argument with the cake, not really wanting to listen to me or do what it's supposed to do. But there it is. It's gorgeous and it's tasty and it is the best pineapple upside down cake that you've ever had. You're going to want to let it cool before you cut into it. And I hope you like this video. Please consider liking and subscribing and hitting that post notification bell. Look at that.